Hello, I am Graham Reaper. Welcome to Xbox Tavern's review of Marvel Avengers on the Xbox. This long-awaited game is finally here. The buzz around this game was hot, and I remember the queues at the gaming events were so long I'd had to give it a miss, otherwise I wouldn't experience all there was at the event. The expectations was set very high with the Avengers, still currently being super popular, and the combination of being published by Square Enix, you would have thought this game was destined to be amazing. But as you can tell from the hesitation, the game is not as flawless as you want or expect it to be. The game is loosely based around the Inhuman series of the Marvel Comics, whereas normal people are exposed to the Terrigen Mist, which grants normal humans superpowers. The plot in Marvel Avengers focuses on the A-Day celebration of opening a second SHIELD headquarters in San Francisco, which will be powered by the mysterious Terrigen crystal. It is not really explained how they obtained it and why they are using it. But as expected on any celebration the good guys have, there is always someone to spoil it. In this case, the Taskmaster, a known terrorist with an army of bad guys, cause a disturbance. They lure the Avengers into battle and distract them with a large bomb that they are threatening to set off. All the while, their new headquarters, called the Chimera, and the Terrigen Crystal suffer an explosion. This leads to a mist being spread around San Francisco, causing normal people to suddenly develop powers. But with the devastation of San Francisco, along with the long-suffering damage caused by their new headquarters, the Avengers were forced to disband. But former Avengers scientist George Tarleton has come forward with his new organization, AIM, and has roused everyone behind his cause to help cure the humans who have developed new powers. They are calling the humans that have these new powers Inhumans, and that they carry a disease which needs to be cured. But there is one teenage human who was infected who doesn't see her powers as a disease, and that is Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. Kamala was mutated by the Terrigen Mist and now has the power of increased strength and elasticity. She is a massive fan of the Avengers and was there during the A-Day incident. Although everyone was blaming the Avengers, she held on to her belief that something wasn't right. Through her snooping online, she discovers footage of what seems like the new public heroic figure of George Tarleton seemingly lock Captain America in the reactor room as it exploded, seemingly killing Captain America. So Kamala begins on her adventure of finding the truth and getting the Avengers back together to find out the truth about George Tarleton and his motives. Now I know I spoke a lot of the story, but that is the best bit about this game. As a fan of Marvel and the Avengers films, it is great to see a well executed storyline, and you feel like you are actually playing a part in a movie. The only other games close to having the Avengers were the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. They did have all the characters for many variations of the Avengers over the years, but the game was light on the story front and was just a hack and slash to showcase all the characters in the Marvel universe. The graphics in this game look amazing. The character models are not based off the current movie actors, but that's fine as it distances itself and feels more unique. I think the graphics are however designed for better TVs though, as though mine is HD, it is not 4K and some things just look a bit off, like Black Widow's hair, but I feel that's more my fault. But you get to play as Miss Marvel, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow and Captain America. Throughout the campaign you get to play them out of their hero persona, and just as Kamala, Bruce and Tony, with the others coming a bit later in the game. The gameplay in this game is a bit of a mixed bag for me. I know they didn't want the game to just become a hack and slash, but that's just what the Avengers do, they fight enemy using their powers. But they have added a large chunk of platforming for the non-flying characters, and some irritating stealth sections just because I guess they need something different. I suppose it breaks up the game a little, and I'm fine with that, but it does feel a little bit forced. The combat itself can sometimes be a bit tricky to grasp. It feels like it has taken some elements from the Batman Arkham series, the 1v many fighting style, so you can focus on different enemies mid-fight, and they have glowing coloured circles to hint when it's time to counter the move or just evade. You can't just go gung-ho and spam the attack button, even as the Hulk, as you'll be taken down quite quickly. You have to make use of all your powers, and you have to fight with strategy, even as the Hulk. So it is less Hulk smash, more Hulk run away for a bit and collect a health pickup, and then come back and smash a bit more until low on health again. But every character uses a similar template of combos, special moves and ultimate moves, but each character's moves feels unique, so it's not so boring and doesn't feel copy and pasted. As standard with these types of games, you have your usual leveling up system. You earn experience as you play, and as you level up you can unlock more skills or special moves. There is also a lot of loot in the game, in the form of equipment for your heroes. Each hero can equip 4 main bits of equipment and 2 special bits of equipment. As you progress, you generally find better loot in boxes scattered around levels or dropped by defeated enemies. Each equipment gives you a boost in a certain stat, skill or power, so you can mix and match to suit your style. You can also upgrade your equipment with materials you find through the levels or by dismantling the older weaker loot, but you can't have loot boxes without money being involved. Of course, you can spend money to get better loot or unlock certain character costumes, and there is also banners and emotes you can also purchase too if you wish. The key part of the game is the multiplayer options. You can choose to open up slots in your strike team when playing campaign missions so that either a friend or a stranger can give you a hand, or you can just jump straight into the multiplayer section, which is designed for after completing the main campaign. As it mentions, it may contain spoilers if you try it. This is where there will be an ongoing focus in the game's upcoming downloadable content. New missions and characters should become available to play down the line. But all in all, I did enjoy this game. The story in the main campaign is interesting and gripping, and the graphics look great. The combat doesn't feel fully refined, but it's not broken, and it is good once you got to grips with certain strategies. Loot boxes were always going to be part of this game, and you either enjoy them or you hate them, but you don't have to spend money on them to enjoy it. Multiplayer is where you'll get most joy out of the game. Playing with a friend or friends really enhances the experience, so really you should buy this game and check it out for yourselves.
Yeah.